What better way to start this new show than with a love story?
We saw this phenomenon again this weekend. JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, really a fever about the history of these two taking over the city.
On Saturday, the tiny Indian restaurant Panatu packed again nearly 30 years after the couple went on a first date there.
Morning People is powered by Spectrum. Did you know that if you have Spectrum Internet, you can watch New York One? It's free to all Spectrum Internet customers, available on the Spectrum News app. Sign up or learn more about it at spectrum.com/NY1.
Morning, people.
Not just any morning, day one, good morning. Hi, Jamie.
Day one, good morning. Hi. It is a beautiful day in New York. Maybe gonna hit 70 degrees. The vibes are running high here.
69 degrees yesterday after a very long winter. People were out enjoying every bit of it.
We have a story from the New York Times coming up in a little bit later about older people who are choosing New York as their retirement community of all the places they could retire.
We're also watching the mayor's official residence very closely again today after all the stuff that happened there on the weekend. The explosive device that was found at Gracie Mansion. So a lot of that coming up on New York One today.
Yes, and in just a few minutes, do you have rules for screen time? Everyone, no matter how old they are, has
Your own rules or kids' rules?
Well, a little bit of both. Everyone's got some habits. I was on stage with Dr. Becky the other night. We're going to talk about some of the rules that she has, and she's taken some hard lines on screen time.
But let's get back to Love Story. In so many ways on the weekend, we were reminded that this has become a television phenomenon and as such, a New York City pop culture talk about it, do it phenomenon.
It is really something. And by the way, if you're here to know about the restaurant that we're talking about, it's Panatu in the East Village. And again, this weekend, a line straight out the door forming for it.
Right, and everybody's known about Panatu for a long time.
Yes.
But it was actually weeks ago, even in the show, that it was featured. But again, Friday night, Saturday night, they're just waiting to get in and
see what it's all about.
Sit under the
there.
twinkly lights.
But it's not just that. It's guys looking for the beret or maybe riding a bike or rollerblades because they're inspired by JFK Jr.
Right. Washington Square Park yesterday. The look-alike contests in Washington Square Park have become a bit of a thing.
I haven't tired of them yet. I think they're kind of charming.
So it was a JFK Jr. look-alike contest yesterday. My daughter Lucy went over, sent me some photos, and said these guys were pretty legit, and they panned the spectrum of various eras.
Well, that's
of
what
JFK.
I was going to say. Like, which era would you have gone for?
There was Bicycle JFK. Bicycle JFK was a good look.
There was straight up like suit and tie JFK.
Yeah, there was beret JFK, more casual JFK.
They're all good. All the versions of JFK
are
good.
I think that it was a $250 prize or something for the winner. It's really about the fun. It's not so much about someone getting
There
rich
were some that showed up with a Carolyn Bessette with them.
Well,
well,
I mean, let's... No, what I was going to say with that was I think as much as some guys have been inspired by his style, the number of women who are looking back at the clothes, or at least as the clothes are depicted on screen, and saying, well, that is classic style that I could 100% wear today.
Well, what's funny is I feel like there's a whole like viral feed of how do you look like her, but then there's already been enough time that there's a backlash to it where people are like, just because you wear all black or just because you go to Calvin Klein doesn't mean that you're Carolyn Bessette.
Well, that's the thing. If you pop up the Calvin Klein website right now,
yeah,
you're just as likely to see some department store version of Calvin Klein than you are A-list Carolyn, walking out of the Tribeca loft with flipping her hair.
The hair flip is like really, really something. But it takes more than just the clothes. That's the thing, right? There was an aura about her and about them.
Right, and we can all unpack how much the aura portrayed in the TV series.
I see what you've grabbed.
Well, because the Daryl Hannah op-ed is in the print edition of the New York Times today.
She's mad.
She has reason to be mad.
She does not at all look or is portrayed the way that she was in real life. So she says. So says people who were around at the time.
So among the highlights here of her op-ed, she says she's never had a cocaine party. She says she's never pressured anyone into marriage.
Okay.
She says she has never planted any story in the press.
I mean, the portrayal of her wasn't great.
No, and I think my recollection of Daryl Hannah was that she was
Hotter
prettier.
Yes. Yeah,
The-
everyone agrees. You don't have to be scared to say it.
Okay, you say it. You go
She
ahead.
was hotter in real life.
Okay. let me read from the Daryl Hannah op-ed. It's appalling to me that I even have to defend myself against a television show. These are not creative embellishments of personality. They are assertions about conduct, and they are false. She goes on to say, when so many people watch a dramatization that uses a real name, real-life consequences follow.
So I was binging over the weekend. I only made it through the first 3 episodes, dying to watch more of it, but just didn't quite have the time on the weekend for it.
Are you watching in parallel with Brian, or
We're watching together because
Okay.
now he's obsessed too. What did you do this weekend?
I didn't get to the most recent episode. But
You'll
I'm
get there.
No, I think that it might be this afternoon or tonight.
I mean, it's good. It's fun to be in a show where you can't wait
So
to watch.
this is what the disclaimer on the show says.
Okay.
It says, this story is inspired by actual events. Certain depictions of people and events have been dramatized or fictionalized for storytelling purposes. Does that mean you can do whatever you want?
I mean, that's what Ryan Murphy, I think, would say. Yeah.
All right.
Did daylight saving get you?
Our job is jet lag. I actually, when people on the Monday morning after daylight saving time, particularly in the spring,
Yeah.
are whining about how they lost an hour,
Oh, you can't complain with the weather we had yesterday.
but also come to somebody other than me. I
get it.
I lose 4 hours every Monday morning and get up at 3 a.m. So don't tell me that you're broken because the clocks move by an hour.
For serious morning people, we are going to be your people. You can stick with us. We won't let you down.
But we'll try not to. If you're not a serious morning people, we'll try not to completely.
Yeah, we won't
exclude you
alienate
from-
you. But it's good to finally be here. We've been talking about doing something like this
Yeah.
for a long time. For anyone who's watching who doesn't know, we have been on air together for more than 15 years in a pretty, we've pushed the limits of it, but in a pretty strict standard TV format.
Right. TV news every half hour. We start with the headlines again, and it scripted commercial breaks at all the regular times, weather every 10 minutes.
Yeah, and so this is a nice chance to sort of expand upon some of the conversations that we're having before the show, in the commercial breaks, and also for a lot of people, they say, I'd love to watch you, but I got to get out the door.
Right. So
or I'm busy with the kids.
right. So you can take us in this format
Yeah.
on your podcast device. You can put us in your car stereo system. You can put us on
You
your
can put
YouTube.
YouTube on TV,
Right,
YouTube on your phone.
Right. You're people that have moved to Florida and say, I miss New York One. Here's the way to get that to them.
Yeah.
We sort of have this conversation at this time of day anyway,
Yeah.
before the show goes on.
So why not record it?
Yeah. Why not add it to the list of responsibilities?
But we'd love for you to join the community, follow us on social media, and tell us what you're thinking about. Tell us how you feel about the stories that
Yeah.
we're talking about. And by the way, if you know us from New York One, there's gonna be some Easter eggs, if you will. Like we're gonna talk about what's in the paper.
Yeah, not the full in the paper segment, but this is the front page of the Wall Street Journal. The lead story in the Journal today, the headline is, a long-feared Gulf oil squeeze begins to hit the global economy. It's barely been a week since the U.S. and Israel started bombing Iran. But the key factor economically isn't so much what's happening within Iran. It's that the Strait of Hormuz is effectively shut down right now, and that's where all the oil moves. So when you see that oil is $100 a barrel today, that's what's happening there. It's a supply and demand squeeze.
And when you see it at the gas pump,
Oh, I mean,
the prices have gone up.
the Trump was boasting about how low gas prices were not that many weeks ago. And then on the weekend, he was asked about the fact that gas prices will inevitably soar. And he said, if they rise, they rise.
Hey, the New York Times did a nice job of putting a human side on what's been an emerging migration trend. Retirees who had nothing to do with New York City previously said, hey, I'm going to move to New York City.
Right, like this is their chance. And they know full well that they're going into a smaller apartment and they might not have laundry in their apartment.
There was a woman named Susie who sold not only her house in Texas, but a second home to buy a 1-bedroom apartment in Greenwich Village. And listen, my parents, they live in Philadelphia, Center City proper.
Like urban part of Philadelphia.
I believe that it has kept them young in a way. They're not mowing a lawn.
They're walking.
They're going to all the cultural things that the city has to offer. It's really, I think, been a nice way for their baby boomer age group to feel young.
Are you a person who wants to slow down in retirement, or will you try to keep up the pace?
Haven't thought about that yet, Pat.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're so much younger than me.
Only in my 40s.
No,
How about you?
I would be really happy to have like full capabilities, I don't know, till 85 or 90, and then just have a heart attack and be done. I don't like the slowing down phase.
You don't say.
Speaking of being in your 90s,
oh wow, yes.
From the New York Post today, they have pages pictures of Rupert Murdoch's 95th birthday.
95. Woo.
He has been backing away from the day-to-day business.
He has, yes. Well, there was all the succession drama between the family.
The Friends family, Fox News employees, fellow Aussie Hugh Jackman performed at Rupert Murdoch's birthday.
And all the NFL players, don't forget about them.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, high-power players.
Oh, yeah, like Roger Goodell and Jerry Jones and
yeah.
Bob Kraft were all there.
All right, let's talk about screen time.
Yeah.
Because even if, I mean, you've got kids that are older, but even if you're someone who lives alone, you're a young adult, or you're someone who has kids, I believe everyone has some kind of phone habit that they feel has gotten out of control.
Right, you almost need to force yourself to separate your phone for some period of time, whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's an hour.
So I was on stage with Dr. Becky the other night, clinical psychologist, social media parenting expert. She said no one should have a phone unless they can write a contract for it. All the stipulations. What are the rules about group texting? Where will you use the phone?
Yeah.
Where will the phone live when you're not using it? And to that end, she said, no child should be left alone in their room with their phone.
Oh, I'm a terrible parent. What is the cutoff for
that? That like shook me and made me want to throw my phone in the ocean. She didn't say what the age cutoff was, but she just said that the things that can be done on your phone alone with no one watching, supervising in some way,
even with the parental controls things,
is that it can really go off the rails quickly.
What was the relationship between the kids and the devices this weekend after you spent the time with Dr. Becky?
It's a constant thing in our house, but they have iPads, but we try to limit what they can do. They have certain games we've okayed, but they're never really sitting alone open-ended on it.
We were with some friends a couple of weeks ago, and they started this because they told their kids they couldn't have their phone in their room, but all of them charged their phones outside their bedroom.
Yes.
I don't know if I could do it.
Well, you know where I keep my phone at night.
It's under your pillow. That's insane. Does it buzz under your pillow or?
No, I keep it on Do Not Disturb, but I sleep with my phone under my pillow. And I know, Dr. Becky, that's bad. And I apologize. I'm not ready to change that behavior yet.
Okay. No, don't change the behavior.
Should we talk more about the McDonald's guy?
No, we don't have any time.
Oh, okay. We're out of time already?
Yeah, we kind of are.
Okay.
But we could talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
We could do the whole thing again tomorrow.
We will do the whole thing tomorrow. Let us know what you think about screen time, what you think about where you might retire, and anything else that you liked.
The
show.
social media handles across all platforms are at Morning People NY1.
Yeah.
So hit us there. We'll respond when we can. At Pat Karen and at Jamie Stelter, we're out there too. But we wanna engage on.
We'll see you there, and we'll
stuff.
see you back here tomorrow.
We will do that. Morning People powered by Spectrum, and so is New York One. You can watch as much New York One as you want for free. It is included with your Spectrum internet subscription. To learn more, go to spectrum.com/NY1.